Everyone, so welcome back to SAP BW on HANA interview question series. Here again, I'm coming back with another interview question, which will ask in interview for SAP BW on HANA. So interview will ask you what is aggregates in SAP BW. So basically, aggregates are nothing but it's a summarize and condense view of data. So we are always creates aggregates on a top of InfoCube. And so in InfoCube, we know that we are having uh, fact table and dimension table. So in fact table, data is data is stored at detail level. So when we are executing query, then every time query will have to summarize all the let's have we are having material number one, material number as a one. For that material, how much quantity is present. So if we run a query on top of InfoCube, so first query will take a check material available material number. After that, it will aggregate that quantity for that material. So it's a time consuming activity. To improve query performance, we are creating aggregates on the top of InfoCube. So what is aggregate? So we can say aggregate is nothing but a summarize and condense view of the data in an InfoCube. Okay, this is so another this is a basic definition of aggregates. Next, why we are creating aggregates? Basically, we are creating aggregates to improve the query performance. So if we are having reports which is frequently used, and this report is designed in such a way which shows the result in a aggregates way, then aggregates are really helps to improve the query performance. So basic here you can read aggregate makes data condense and summarize, so you can access data open info quickly when reporting. New data is loaded at regular interval using logical data package in an aggregates. After this transaction, new data is available for rolling up. So before creating aggregates, there are some prerequisites which we need to consider. So InfoCube for which we are creating aggregate must be in active state. There should not be any aggregate with the same set of attribute for the InfoCube. So it means that every aggregate should be a unique aggregate. We cannot create duplicate aggregate. If you have created aggregate for an InfoCube and entered data for them, then OLAP processor automatically access these aggregates. When navigating, different results are consistent. The aggregates is transparent for the end user. So it means that after creating aggregate, you don't need to do any special settings or any special things. OLAP processor will automatically access data from the aggregates. So in OLAP processor, there are priorities set. Like when query is executing, first query will take a look at the internal memory. So if data is available in internal memory, it will give output from that internal memory. If it is not available, then next level comes aggregate. So in a such a way, automatically OLAP processor decides from where we need to get that data. Now next, how to create aggregates. So on my screen you can see this is the InfoCube. On that InfoCube, you need to click right click, and then you need to click on maintain aggregate. It will ask you for a generate proposal and create by yourself. So generate proposal will automatically, it's automatically create aggregates by selecting the suitable attributes, and create by yourself. Then you can decide which dimension you wanted to which add in your aggregate. So here you can see generate proposal. And so this one screenshot for the create by yourself. So in create by yourself, you can add as many as dimensions, here you can see we have selected total 5. After creating aggregate, we need to perform maintenance aggregate. So for maintain aggregate, when we are trying to maintain it, then it will gives us a option whether you want to execute that job immediately or later. If you click later, then you need to submit time and date when you want to execute that job, or also you can go with the immediate. In below screen you can see you are passing date and time for the to schedule that aggregate job. So after activation, aggregate will show you record for aggregation. Here you can see this. This is here you can see last when last aggregates are used, when last roll up. So roll up activity I will explain you in a next moment. So roll up is nothing but so right now we have already created aggregates for an info cube. Now data is also maintained in that aggregates. Now new record came into the info cube, so that record you will immediately not going to be uh, available in aggregates. So to make this record available in aggregate, we need to perform roll up. That's all about the aggregates and roll up. Thank you guys. If you have any question or any uh, suggestion, please comment, like like this video.